Back at the beginning of the year, we got the dreaded news that this player was hanging up his boots at the end of the season. Despite multiple pleas to extend his stay, he has decided to retire from football, much to the delight of every fullback up and down the country. I think it's only fair that we pay a tribute to undoubtedly the best player in the Irish League in the past decade. Paul Leeman, with 486 appearances, scoring 214 goals. Of his 214 goals, they were scored against 29 different clubs, but he scored the most goals against Glenavon with 30. His best season in front of goal for the club was 2014-15, when he bagged 29 goals, and he reached double figures in goals in each of his last 12 seasons at Seaview. He scored 7 hat-tricks for the club, 4 of which were at Seaview, and 104 of his 204 goals were scored outside. Out of those 214 goals, only 3 were penalties. With the Kleenex at the ready, let's remind ourselves of the legend that is Paul Leeman.
I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Oh baby, refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you.
goal for Crusaders, the 7th goal of Leeman in the 37th minute. Number 22,
Wow. You're going to miss this?
Yeah, how can you not? I mean, we're full of amazing people, sharing amazing experiences and celebrating amazing success, so it's an absolute honour as always.
How are you feeling now since the dust settled? Maybe you made your decision and had to play a couple of Mondays ago. And how is it now? Maybe being back in the room, is it could it keep going? But certainly no physically. Physically you can't.
I felt good until that video came on, man. No, look, it's been an amazing journey. You know, I'm blessed to have gone that whole journey. The players, past, present, the staff, the supporters. It's been the most outrageous ride, and you know, this club offers the platform for anyone to achieve anything they want. You know, whether it be league success, Irish Cup success, playing in front of amazing people, or even going on a European journey. And I'm just so delighted that I'm part of the way with the club having that experience for the new boys coming through.
Is there a particular time, season, moment that you look back on and say, wow, that was when you think back to your whole time at Crusaders?
Probably the one that Gaffer quite liked was the first league title. You'll probably agree when he broke the fence. It was fantastic. Winning in solitude was really special. And
you're well liked there, aren't you?
they're lovely. But no, I remember getting married on the Tuesday and listening to the game against Portadown, and the Gaffer kindly let me know when I was in honeymoon that I owed the club something to make it up. So came back on the Friday and played on the Saturday and was blessed to score the winner, and we looked at the league title night, that Friday game, and the celebrations with probably the majority of people in this room, if anyone remembers them, was incredible. And following that up the next year, the success just continued and just seemed to grow from then onwards.
What's next, Paul? Is there just a bit of a break, or will you find yourself in football in some capacity? Or
I think for the short term, a whole lot of home, as everybody knows, will be consumed. But obviously, I've quite a few children. They all seem to play for Crusaders, young ones. So my weekends will be occupied by that. But I'll certainly be keeping a very close eye on the boys. And personally, I've pondered over it the last few weeks, and I'm really excited to see what the likes of Stuart Nixon brings next season. Since he's come in, been bringing Blues Bar, young lads coming through, and of course the stalwarts who are forever there driving the force, and they're really exciting times for a European draw and see who we get. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for it.
Well, I don't think any of us, and I speak for the whole room, can take for granted what you've achieved and the memories and the moments that you've given us all as Crusader supporters. So one last time, please, on your feet for Paul Heatley.
The North have always given their first trophy to the reserve team player of the year. And this year, the trophy goes to Bradley McGuire. We also had, this year, we've done the same last year, the first team player of the year. So we're trying to have one for Bradley, sorry, I got off the victim. So the first team player of the year from the North, Gareth O'Rourke.
Just like that, we'll get off the first time warning. I just like to welcome you here tonight. Firstly, I would just like to thank all the staff and the players for the season that's just been, and for the heroics to get us back into Europe once again. Secondly, I would just like to thank Stephen Baxter for everything he's done for this club. What a journey it's been. I'd just like to say I'm very, very privileged that I've been on the journey from the very, very start. It's been amazing what the man's done for us. And I couldn't thank him enough. And I wish him very, very well in his whatever he does next. Of course, because I have heroics, we've come for a wee bit extra yet, so we'll see him at the start of next season. But moving on, we'll start our awards. Our first award is the Best Newcomer Award. And this wee man's come in quite late, and he's done absolutely fantastic, and scored a lot of important goals along the way. So this year's first Glen Gormley Best Newcomer of the Year Award is Stuart Nixon. The next award is the top goal scorer, the Golden Boot Award. And this year's winner is Ben Kennedy. And Ian, first time Gormley Player of the Year Award. And what can you say? This lad, he's been here a few years now. And just never, just always complete performer all the time. And this year, he's been extra good. This has been fantastic. So this year's first time Gormley Player of the Year is Jason O'Rourke. Award gifts here. I would just like to ask up Billy Joe Burns up and his testimonial here. Billy Summer for you. Well, what can you say? It's already been said. This guy, he's come into Crusaders and he scored the unbelievable goals. Memories he's given is unbelievable, and just fantastic. And sadly he's hanging his boots up this season, but he's also a Glen Gormley man. So I would just like to ask Paul Healy to come up and accept the honorary presidency of the first Glen Gormley Crusaders Supporters Club.
Our first award goes to our Player of the Year. This guy's been absolutely amazing. In my opinion, I thought at the centre of our defence, he was a rock. And I'd like to present the first Stephen Abbey White House Working Men's Supporters Club Player of the Year to Daniel Larmer. And last but not least, we're saying this far from a wee team in South Belfast. Wasn't great to say, but he came over and decided to join us. And this year is his testimonial year. And he's played 423 games for Crusaders Football Club. And I'd like to present an award tonight to Billy Joe Burns.
First up is our Newcomer of the Year Award, which will be presented by Ashley Rainey. So, our Newcomer of the Year Award with this tremendous shield, you can see all the past winners on it. So this year it's Stuart Nixon. So next up is our Player of the Year Award, which traditionally goes to someone who embodies the spirit of the club. And this player has been an amazing servant to this club. He's an envy of the rest of the league. Paul Healy. Okay, the final award is for Player of the Year. So the way we vote for this is each month we give our Player of the Month. Right? First player gets 5 points, second player 3 points, third player 1 point, and we'll go through the full season. This player got off to an amazing start the first three months or so, as the club did. and had a bit of a ropey spell in the middle. He's a wee bit of a rocket, but he can do things. However, he can do things that other players can't do. He keeps his feet in the ground. He's got a good future. Ben Kennedy.
The first thing we would like to do this year is we'd like to recognise our up-and-coming player this year. And our up-and-coming player this year, I'm going to say the words because Connor says I can't give it to him, I went to school with him. Our up-and-coming player of the year is Lewis Barr. The same way as you've got players who are up and coming, you've also got players who are at the peak of their career. And this year, there's only one who has been a loyal servant of the club, who's leaving us this year. So our Crusaders legend this year is Paul Heatley. Our final award this evening is for our Player of the Year, and we sat in the North Stand every game. We asked around everybody who sat beside us, who do you think deserves this? Now, this is a year where we haven't had a 40-plus goal scorer. This is like Harry Kane has proved that you can still score 40-plus goals and not win a league. But we wanted to give it to somebody who we thought worked really, really hard for the team this year, and somebody who delivered consistently through the year. Our Folding Cap Player of the Year is Robbie Weir.
This club has transformed our lives as a family. We have two, I thought it should be the Supporters of the Year award for Christopher and Daniel, but that may come next year. This year we've decided to give two sort of runner-up awards. I remember coming about 2 years ago, and it was Paul Heatley's testimonial year, and my father and I came and we sat in the stand, and I only did a little, I didn't know really what to say or whatever was happening. The dad said to me, "Which one's Paul Heatley?" I said, "That one there." He says, "They've all got the same shirt on. They had all the same number on, so we're really good." So this is for Paul, for being such an outstanding player and a servant of the club. Paul, thank you very much. Really, the next sort of runner-up will be for who we believe is going to step into Paul's shoes, and they are big shoes to fill. But already this guy's demonstrated over the last few weeks that he is ready to step up, and we just welcome to the club and give him a big hand for Stuart Nixon. It's an award for the Player of the Year who's been, in my opinion, most consistent. That we box as well behind it. And it stands out in my ear every week this last year. I have a son, another son called Daniel, and all I've heard all year is this noise coming down from the bench. It's Daniel! 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 And all it rings out is Stephen Baxter shouting at Daniel. I think he's been amazing, and he stepped up to the plate, and he's been there consistently every week for Daniel Lorimer.
Services runner-up this year for Player of the Year is Jonathan O'Rourke. The winner of the Youth Services Player of the Year is Jordan Forsyth.
Keep Bandy up here because he's also picked up the awards as Players Player of the Year, and Coaches Player of the Year. So a big round of applause for Matt Bradley. Just last award to give out for themselves, obviously they've had a lot of individual success, a lot of team success, and get themselves a cup final and so on. But what we also had is we had 3 boys who represented the club at international level this season. I'm going to like to call it Johnny James, Carter Ball and Ryan Merrill, who helped Northern Ireland win the Victory Sheet this year. All 3 boys started in all 4 games, beating England 3-0, Republic 2-1, Scotland 2-0, and the decider against Wales to win 2-1. So it's great to have boys from this club represent themselves, represent the club at that level, and they've been just given an award in recognition of their achievements this season.
Okay, so the players have voted, and it's not a tie. Unlike sometimes the players can run away with this award, because the players normally know what they're talking about. And I was just thinking about the votes today, and I was reading them. And Daniel, you know you can't vote for yourself, don't you? So the players have voted, and this year's Players Player of the Year, I think it'll be a popular choice, Jonathan O'Rourke.
Just before Gavin continues, can I ask Daniel and Michelle to come up to the front, please? We'll have a little special gift appreciation. This is from the Fans Project. It's for Michelle and Danny, are obviously part of that, they've organised tonight. And it's just to thank Mr. Gavin Martin for all the fantastic work and all these various schools that we've done over the years. And we'd like to show the appreciation for Gavin.
Hi everyone. It's always a great privilege for me to come up and present an award as the Manager's Player of the Year. Also, when the players all make their choice, it's great for a manager also to have a wee sit down and a wee think about who his Player of the Year is. I would also like to thank again the Galbraith family. I think they're here tonight as well. Who gave us this trophy. Young Alex passed away, and it's in memory of him that this trophy is presented. We introduced this trophy a few years ago, so it's wonderful that we get that opportunity always to remember Alex and the Galbraith family. So you're very, very welcome. Player of the Year was definitely a little bit more difficult, I felt, this year. Sometimes it's always a runaway. Philip Lowry ran away with it last year, and others, in years previous. But whenever you got to sit down and think about the season, how it all panned out, and how all the players all went, the season kicked off a little bit, and I have to say, when we went and played our European games and we went to Rosenborg, I think someone made mention of the amount of games that we played. It was a 38, someone say, that 37 that we played in Europe, and the game against Rosenborg was probably the best European game that we had ever played. Because it was probably the closest we ever came to beating a team of that stature. It hadn't been for a referee that absolutely lets us all down and sends Paul Hickey off for nothing. We'd have taken that team to penalties that night in Rosenborg and probably have beaten them, because I think they'd cracked. But that performance that night from a team in Northern Ireland was absolutely superb. I mean, you guys would be proud. But when we get round to picking a player of the year, there was in our back four this year, we had that many injuries. It was just like falling dominoes, one after another. It just got worse and worse and worse as the season progressed. After such a good start, losing Jimmy and then one or two others, and then having to ask Billy then to move into centre half, and Jordan Forsyth having to move out of his central midfield position into right back. And I think I asked Jordan to play him with 3 or 4 different positions, and I think every single position he played, he was absolutely superb. I also felt that Daniel Larmour also should get a mention, because he came of age this year. I thought he was absolutely magnificent in his performances. He stepped up to the plate this year when we lost 2 or 3 other centre halves, and Daniel had to grow into that position, grow of age, and I thought he was really, really good. And a really big standout for Daniel. But when it all came down to it, really there was one player who I felt his consistency, his desire, his quality, his goal against Cold Rain. What a right foot screamer. And for me, the standout player this year, player of the year, for me, Jonathan Ross. Kicked me up and down the football pitch whenever he played at Linfield. We actually grew up together at Linfield in our early days when we were youngsters. But he never played at the time because he was always injured. Back injuries, toe injuries, ear injuries, and he moans about all the other players who doesn't play now. And he was the most injured player I ever seen when he was a youngster. But anyway, that's why he played when he was 40, because he didn't actually start his career when he was 25. But the reality is we had some fantastic times as footballers and players playing our careers. We sort of came back together a little bit. But when sort of the club was in the situation it was in, I had stepped away from my career after playing here, finishing my career here, and having such a fabulous time for 6 years here, and doing what we did here back then, when the 2 titles and having all the fabulous times. And remember, that was 26, 27 years ago, and Whipper was up presenting the prizes, and Whipper had loads of hair, was dead slim. And they used to have a shake, they just used to shake like his hair for 15 minutes. But they were great nights. But when I arrived here, Jeff Spears was a player. Tommy Whiteside did mention of it earlier on. When I first came down, when Jim Semple asked me to come back as manager, you had to get interviewed for a first team job as a manager. Jim Semple rings you and said, the club's in dire straits, we've no money, we're going out of business, the team's terrible, we're going to get relegated. Do you think you could come down and give us a hand? Brilliant. Yeah, Jim, I'll be down, I'll take the team. Arrived down and met Jeff Spears in the corridor, and he says, Stevie, come into the boardroom, speak to me. I says, right, what's up? He says, Stevie, he says, there's 6 players here are okay. He says, the rest are terrible, and I'm the best player, and I'm 39. And that's a true story. That was our introduction to the team at the time. So, but we walked a little bit of a journey. Jeff was just fantastic. The first year we couldn't avoid the relegation. We won the championship, as everybody knows, with losing one game. I think we lost maybe at Dundela at the Hen Run. We won everything before us, came back up as champions. And Jeff Spears led that team, captained that team, was absolutely superb in growing all the young players, and played another season, I think. And then after Andy Waterworth gave him an absolute chasing at Distillery in the Irish Cup, I rang him and said, Jeff, you need to retire. And he said, no way. He didn't speak to me for 5 minutes on the phone. And I said, are you still there? Are you still there? He said, seriously? You asked me to retire? I said, yeah, you need to retire. And as I told him to retire and asked him to take a reserve team job. And he did that for three years to really get the confidence and the quality of looking after everything. And I always had it in my mind that he would come up to be the first team assistant manager. And then we went on this journey from that. And that was really the story of how that all worked. And Jeff Spears has been here ever since. And listen, what a man to have by your side. This guy has understood the principles of this football club. He's understood how it works, the quality of players, the style of play, the decision making that we all needed to make all the time. He was my confidant the whole way through every single process. A legend of our football club. Stand to your feet. This guy. Okay, it's been mentioned many times tonight. Man who's had more comebacks than Frank Sinatra. This again is another true story. When I came in here in February, we had 9 games left in the league. We couldn't stave off relegation. Lost in the playoff. Charlie, at exactly the same time as I came here, took the Ards job as the caretaker manager, and he actually kept Ards up at our expense. So he survived. We had to go into the playoff. We got relegated. But Charlie was from Ards. I had a business in Ards, and Charlie used to come in and chat to me around football and all that sort of stuff. And anyway, I got to know Charlie quite well over that wee period of time, and then we were chatting football, and then all of a sudden we were relegated, and Charlie kept the team up. But as it turned out, Ards, in their wisdom, decided to give George Neal the job and didn't give Charlie the job, and their loss was our gain, because I looked at that very quickly and went, well, we need an extra person here. Terry Moore was with us, and I said, rang Charlie, and I said, Charlie, would you like to come in to Crusaders? I think you do a really good job with us, and give us a lot of help and a lot of quality and a lot of wisdom, and that's what was really needed. You know, I was 38 years old, an absolute idiot, coming in from a playing career, just a passionate, mad football person, and I had Terry Moore, Charlie Murphy, Roy McDonald, and the good news was that they were all 10 to 15 years older than me, and it was great because they were all my minders. You know, it says you're Roy McDonald everywhere you went, you just knocked people out, get into trouble. And I was running around like a mad dog, you know, running up and down that line and seeing you shouting at all the referees, you're blind, you're mad, you give us some decisions, you know, and they were saying, calm down, Stevie. But it was just another, as a young manager, learning the ropes. But these guys were just fantastic. They understood the game, they knew the game, they played the game, and they knew players, they knew what we needed to do, how we needed to do, where we were going, and they let me go out there and be mad and be passionate and drive the team on, and they were guiding me all the time around all they were doing. They were just brilliant in the early days for me. And Charlie Murphy became a lifelong friend, became a confidant, became someone that I could turn to, talk to, and I just gave him a license to just go and do whatever he wanted to do, because you can't buy what the qualities this man has, the experience, the things that he does with the individual conversations that he has with players over all of the years has made this club what it is today. And I tell you what, you'll go a long way to get another Charlie Murphy at this club. Be on your feet for Charlie Murphy. Thank you, Charlie. Absolutely brilliant. Ken, you've been a superstar. You've been a superstar at this football club. I love you, love you, love you. Come here. I know Ben Kennedy will be going home soon, so I won't keep it up. Can I just say I'm out of the job of that story? Just to say, very, very briefly, I know you've heard an awful lot, and it's been about the important people at the club, the people like Paul Heatley and Jeff Spears and Charlie Murphy and Stephen. It's been an absolute privilege to watch them close up and see all that they've done for the club, and the group of players here and those who have come before them. And just a big thank you for allowing myself to be even a small part of it. I really, really mean that. Yes, as a role of chaplain, it was lovely to be involved in some of the weddings and the dedications and some of the low, sad times of funerals, and all that's been great. But to allow me into the back room, to work with the two kit men who are absolutely brilliant, by the way, for the club, and just to see Stephen, Jeff, doing work out all the time, just been great. And so a big thank you to the players for just putting up with me. I really, really appreciate it. It's been brilliant. Thank you so very, very much. A legend of a player. The goals that you watch on TV is only a snippet of what this lad's all about. His training and what he does in training, week in, week out. He's the best trainer on the training pitch. He's first at training. His quality, his desire, his focus is just incredible. He's a wonderful guy off the park as well, just to chat to, and how he's put it all together for this football club for such a long period of time. And the goals he's scored and the achievements he's made, I don't have words to describe him. You're a superstar, Paul. It's a small gift from us on behalf of the club to say thank you.
Throughout the course of the week, I've been well warned that tonight's all about the players, and I can't talk about the changes and Stephen Leeman, but I've spent the last few years doing exactly what I'm told by a Baxter, so I thought I would go against the grain tonight and do my own thing. There's of course a lunch on the 22nd of June where Crusaders will play Derry City and look back at the famous Infanta win, and a dinner potentially later in the year. But I just wanted to go through some of the stats of Stephen. He was obviously appointed manager on the 14th of February 2005. Stephen has went on to manage the club for a total of 953 games, winning 541 of those games. That's a win percentage of 57%, and just to put it into perspective, Sir Alex Ferguson had a win percentage of 58%. He and his coaching team have had 3 Irish League titles, 4 Irish Cups, 3 County Antrim Shields, 1 First Division title, 1 Intermediate Cup, Steel and Sons Cup, and of course the Infanta Cup trophy in 2012. In 37 European matches, Stephen has cut his cloth against some top sides: Fulham at Craven Cottage, Wolves at Molyneux, Basel, Rosenborg, just to name a few. And during these contests, Crusaders have always came away with the plaudits and the credit they deserve. In the past 19 years, Stephen has managed a total of 263 players. Players who have gone on to have full-time incredible careers. Players who have been standout players in the Irish League. And players, of course, moving into full-time football. Bill Shankly once said that football isn't a matter of life and death. It's much more important than that. I'm not sure I totally agree with that statement, but Stephen and his team have given us some of the best memories that will last a lifetime, and I want to look back on some of those memories.
I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. That's give me no reason. You know you're making me work so hard. That's give me no that, you give me no that, you give me no that, you give me no soul. I hear you calling. Oh baby, give a little respect to I hear you calling. Oh baby, give a little respect
As discussed, Stephen came into the club in February 2005. Many in this room will know that the club was really at a low ebb. He couldn't save us, we left it too late. Should have brought him in January. He maybe could have brought a couple of players in, and that's how it was. The next season, Charlie came in, and Davy Reaney came in, and we ended up champions that season. One defeat, won the Steel and Sons Cup, and many remember a great night at Suffolk when we defeated Donegal Celtic to win the league. And even then, we couldn't have dreamed of what this man was going to do for us. Couldn't even imagine what could have happened. Went on, stabilised the club, top four finish the following year, and we won the Irish Cup in 2009. Against all odds. And again, we thought that was the high, but it wasn't the high. There was much more to come. Around that time, the club had maybe £1 million of debt. On the books, it was 600. The reality was £1 million. And without the success that Stephen brought to this club would have certainly, I can tell you, would have certainly folded. But that wasn't the high. The high was still to come. Jeff alluded to it. 2012. We've just lost the Irish Cup the week before, Stephen. And we went along and we dared not even dream we could win it. But Stephen knew we could win it. He had the plan. And we won it. And again that night with a great party here. And we thought this is the high. But it wasn't the high. The high was yet to come. You know, three championships in 4 years, and it should have been 4. Do you know what? We cleared our debt, revitalised the ground, and it's all down to this one man. And it's great sadness that he's leaving the club. There's 2 more, hopefully 4, 5, 6 games to go for the summer. But I just want to personally thank Stephen on behalf of the club, the supporters, the bondholders, the sponsors, for everything he's done for the club. It's been an amazing journey. It's been a privilege and an honour to be part of that journey. And we will never see his like again, but on behalf of the club, I'd like to make a presentation to Stephen. We're making him an honorary life member, which is the least we can do. You'll always be welcome here, Stephen. I hope you'll come for many years to come, and I hope you'll live long. I'd also like to present you a watch. And hopefully when you look at the watch, you remember your time with us, Steve.